We can use Rumelt's criteria to help an organisation evaluate its strategic themes to determine which ones should be prioritised for implementation. Rumelt's 4 evaluation criteria are external consistency, internal consistency, feasibility, and competitive advantage. Consistency is the focus of this clip, so let's consider the first 2 criterion, starting with external consistency. Imagine you are a low-tech smartphone manufacturer. You offer a different product from Apple and Samsung because your phones have less features, your hardware is more robust, your software simpler, battery life longer, and your phone is less expensive than your rivals. You are looking to enter markets in Africa, where the environment phones operate in is harsh and the purchasing power of customers is low. You have specifically designed new phone models to survive high dust and humidity areas, common in African countries. They have taken nearly 2.5 years to develop. Before implementing this significant move into a new market, what external factors would you like to be confident are still supporting your strategic theme? A review of PESTLE would be a good start. Is economic growth in African countries still providing enough income to enable people to purchase low-cost smartphones? Do government policies still support foreign companies entering these markets? What are the social attitudes to phone technology? You may find that in the time it has taken to develop your phone, your competitors have already entered the market, and African customers now want only high-end smartphones. Along with PESTLE, you should review your 5 forces analysis of the new market. You would want to assess the level of industry rivalry and where your competitors are positioned compared to you. Are the industry's key success factors in Africa different from other geographic areas you operate in? And does your strategic theme help or hinder you in delivering against these success factors? What you are trying to understand here is whether your entry into this new market is consistent with the current market dynamics. Internal consistency is the second of Rumelt's criteria. This means, does the strategic theme align with the organisation's strategy? So, the focus is on alignment here, not on capabilities or feasibility. Here, the strategic theme is entering a new market with a new product, a diversification strategy. Is this theme consistent with the organisation's corporate strategy? If the current corporate strategy is to expand our products and brand into new markets to drive revenue growth, then it is consistent with the theme. But if the strategy is to consolidate operations and deliver high product margins, then that would not be consistent with the high capital investment required to develop a new product and enter a new market. You also want to evaluate whether the theme is consistent with stakeholder expectations. Your stakeholders, who are players or context setters in your power interest map, have an ability to influence the company's strategy and so must be considered. As you are entering a new market, you will have considered the mode of entry. Does this mode change the way you operate in the industry value chain? For instance, the African distribution channels for your product may not be very good, so you might need to establish your own outlets. This is not something you do in your existing markets. You have now forward integrated down the value chain and need to consider whether you have the resources, the capabilities and capital to set up your own distribution network. This leads to understanding whether the risks of success for this strategic theme are of a similar nature and rating as other key organisational risks. The fact is, in many companies, strategic proposals are rejected by boards because the risk of that strategy failing is too high or not in line with the board's appetite for risk. Let's recap. We have discussed the first 2 of Rumelt's evaluation criteria, external consistency and internal consistency. The key questions you are trying to answer are, is the proposed strategy consistent with industry and markets the organisation operates in? And is the strategy consistent with the internal strategic drivers for the organisation, its stakeholders, and its operational and organisational drivers?